Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. So now guys, Nnamdi Kanu wades into the Sunday Igboho situation as we expected that he would, but what he has now contributed to this situation now is a conundrum that puts a lady in a difficult position. Guys, I bring you this: you are Igbo, don't succumb to pressures to arrest Sunday Igboho. Kanu tells CP Ngozi. So the police commissioner for Oyo State, of course, an Igbo lady, Ngozi, we will get to her last name in a moment because I can't recall it, but in the course of the narrative we'll come across it. So an Igbo woman, definitely, and of course the Igbos under the umbrella of IPOB, and Nnamdi Kanu now speaking to her Igbo to Igbo that do not now follow this order. So as I said, this lady has now been put in a position. Again, the headline: you are Igbo, don't succumb to pressure to arrest Sunday Igboho, Kanu tells CP Ngozi. So now let's now see what puzzle Nnamdi Kanu is giving this lady to unravel. The leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, has advised the Commissioner of Police in Oyo State, Ngozi Onadeko, not to superintend over the arrest and killing of a popular Yoruba activist, Chief Sunday Adeyemo, otherwise known as Sunday Igboho, and other agitators over the continuous herdsmen attacks. On Saturday, the IPOB leader stated that it was better for the CP to resign than to allow the arrest and killings of Igboho and other protesting Yoruba youths, as had been subtly approved by the presidency. Kanu added in a release by IPOB spokesman Emma Powerful that the CP, being an Igbo woman, must not succumb to the federal government's devices to silence the Southwest agitation. He said, "You are an Igbo woman, so I expect you to be reasonable enough to know that the Fulani IGP posted you to Oyo to superintend the arrest and possible killing of Yoruba youths, to foment enmity between the East and the West at this critical juncture in the history of the liberation of all indigenous people across Nigeria, including you and your family. I will advise you to resign honorably from your position, as a certain Yoruba CP did in Abia State when he declined to order men under his command to open fire on IPOB protesters. I am warning you not to do anything likely to jeopardize the safety or well-being of Sunday Igboho. Otherwise, you and your family will have the might of IPOB to contend with. The silly game you people always play in the zoo will no longer wash with us." Suddenly, Fulani have realized that appointing an Igbo woman as police commissioner is a good thing because they want to use you. Nothing should happen to Igboho. So a difficult position Nnamdi Kanu has put this lady, because damned if you do and damned if you don't. And it is not only Nnamdi Kanu, by the way, that has put this lady in a difficult position. The Inspector General of Police has also put this lady in a difficult position, and it is that old trick that the British used to use and now the Fulanis have taken on board, that old trick of a divide and conquer. So here you have a Fulani hegemony, a Fulani oligarch, a Fulani oligarchy, the presidency and the IGP telling an Igbo lieutenant to go and arrest a Yoruba man. Can you see now the trilogy? So a Fulani IGP telling an Igbo commissioner of police to go and arrest a Yoruba man. So a police can arrest anybody if there is suspicion of a crime taking place. So that is one thing. But then if you look at the landscape of Nigeria, then of course we all know that this is a political move. Countless examples of all of these northerners always asking people to quit their space, giving people quit notice all the time. And what does the presidency do? The presidency will beg them to calm down and they will ask people to ignore it, and that will be the end of that. These people will even riot on the street and take down a few people, and then they'll go and pay them off to calm them down. This is what they do with the northerners who give out all these quit notices. So the same quit notice that we have been having since 2015 from the north, if a Yoruba man sneezes the wrong way or an Igbo man coughs the wrong way in a northern city, the next thing you know, it is a quit notice, and everybody is then a panic, and all of those luxury buses are filled with people making their way back to their own ancestral land. So now this same situation is now repeating now. Something more egregious, of course, with your people ravaging and savaging to the point that this quit notice that you have given to us copiously within your region is now being reciprocated. But then what is your reaction? It is not the same reaction that we get whenever your people are asking our people to leave your region. It is a reaction of go and arrest the guy that said it and off with the head of everybody in between. So this is now the situation now, and at the center of that mix, of course, now is this Igbo woman having the pressure from the Fulanis, but then having the pressure also from back home. But of course, because the pressure from Nnamdi Kanu is quite a weighty one, is one that carries a lot of weight. So the weight of the pressure from Nnamdi Kanu and the weight of the pressure from the Fulani hegemony is now this lady now stuck in between. So damned if you do and damned if you don't. There is no winning for this lady. If she effects the arrest of that guy, that is strike one against her. If anything happens to that guy in the course of his arrest, that is strike two against her. And if anything happens to that guy when he's in custody, either her custody or in Abuja, where they are asking her to send him to, that is strike number three against her name. So that strike against her name is not just from the Yoruba people, because you can understand why that strike against her name will be in place from the Yoruba people, but that strike against her name is also from the Igbo people, which are her quarters. So where does she then go then upon retirement? Is she going to move to Daura to take up farmland next to Malam Buhari is the question. But what does she do now is the position that she finds herself in. This is the conundrum that she's contending with. Come share thoughts about all this with me in the comment section. Come unravel for this lady what best course of action to take. But before you come into the comment section to unravel, click on the red subscribe button so it turns gray. The bell button notifies you every time I drop a new video. Click on like as well, because that helps with the YouTube algorithm. Once you've done all the clickings, damned if you do and damned if you don't with this now Igbo lady in between. So I'll leave you here. Carry this conversation on with you in the comment section, but here I say peace.